Right, hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to F1 and welcome back to FTRL, start of another week. As always, joining me in the comms box is Leecol. How you doing, mate?
I'm all good, how are you?
Yeah, doing good. A lot of action out on track already. I think pretty much everybody has come out by the look of it, bloody hell. That's
Hanging
something.
around here.
Yeah, it's starting to make me think maybe there's rain coming because we don't normally see the whole grid out on track within the first 30 seconds.
Oh, look at this train. Look at this absolute FTRL train going on the app.
Yeah, some people I think are
As
going to have to
soon as you said
start
that,
slowing down.
the sun seems to have come out, so clear at the minute. But like you say, you have to wait and see.
Got 3 drivers in the pits. That's Lennon, Coandy and F3.
Well, I know Lennon likes to leave it till late, so
Yeah.
that's not completely unexpected. And I think the other two have probably thought better of going out right now because there's probably zero space on track for the clean.
Yeah, there's not a lot. I'm trying to find out who's at the front of this. Panda, I think.
Yep, Panda, then Zach behind him.
Well, Zach is going to get a fantastic switch ring. There's yellow flags. I'm assuming somebody's lost it.
Well, it could just be the queue of cars, everybody backing up a little bit, probably.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I didn't think of that. I've got on board with Panda since he's going to be the first guy to settle out. A little bit of a slide out of the chicane.
Right already.
Zach is going to be getting a nice little slipstream behind him.
Even more so now after that little slide.
And second chicane.
Entirely through the second chicane.
Oh, yeah.
To the left nose.
Ooh, a little bit wide there. Don't know if that's going to invalidate him or not. Don't think it has, otherwise I don't think he'd still be pushing.
Really caught up to Panda now. That Panda's pulled out of his lap. Oh.
Okay, so I wonder if it did invalidate. Panda's got a lot of guys to let through now. Oh, no, let's carry on. We'll go on board with Zach then, he's going to be the first guy to set a time.
So in the Discord they've been posting some impressive lap times, so this could be a very intense session for pole.
Yeah, I mean, I know some of the times that a few of the guys have been putting out. I'm obviously going to ruin it in case the guys watching aren't aware. So you can be as shocked as us when the times come through. And there's one of them, Zach with a 19.0. That is insane.
Tico popping in right behind him, so the Ferrari's on home soil. Looking out the front row of the grid. And just falling in behind him, so 2 Ferraris leading 2 Renaults. So Liam pops in between.
Panda is restarting his flying run. Saved a little bit of the RS. Through the second chicane he goes. Yellow flags again. It must be said as well, for the first time in a while we've got a fantastic turnout. So hopefully we have a absolute cracking race.
Well, this is probably the best, or 18 of the best FTRL can offer, so this could be one heck of a fight. Until last week I think we had every single winner of every race in all 3 divisions in this league. Obviously a couple of new winners last week now, but we've got race winners in Zach, Tico, Liam, Dutch, Panda.
Panda walks across the line. Speaking of Panda, he does a 1:21.1. Improves obviously massively, but he did slow down on his first lap. He's still quite off the pace there for Panda, which is quite surprising.
You can definitely do quicker than that, I think. Maybe he's taken a little bit of life out of his tyres on that first lap.
Yeah, he's on the hards as well, but
come out and go a bit
still expect him to be a bit quicker.
So we've got on laps. Pagani has abandoned his, he's back in the pits. F3. The flying lap.
Well, yellow flags. I think that somebody... Oh, you don't want to be slowing down there. the
Williams getting
Williams.
out of the way, I think.
I'm not sure who it is.
I think it's Liam, he's the only Williams in today.
Across the line for F3, goes 7th. 19.9 is not a bad time at all.
Yeah, left in the second, covering the top 7 currently. And I expect, obviously we've not yet had a time from Dutch Tricks, who's on his outlap. Aaron, Brandon also on outlaps. I expect those guys to be in and around those top times soon.
Yeah, Stocky currently 8th on a 120.3, but he has set his time in the mediums. Stocky always does do a soft run, so I would expect him to come out towards the end. Still quite a few drivers without setting a time, and a few big guys in there as well. Most notably Dutch, who I think has actually just started his first run, so might as well go on board with him. He's won the last 3 races. Is it 3 or is it 4? No, I'm pretty sure it's 3.
Canada, he won. Britain, he won Spa.
He won last
Definitely
week
3.
as well, yeah.
He didn't win Spain before, did he? So yeah.
I think I'm just gonna quickly check because I don't want to get it wrong. Yeah, so he got 3rd at Spain, and then he won Canada, Belgium, and Britain last week. So definitely a man in form. He's retaken the lead in the championship. So definitely the man to beat so far. But that time from Zach is going to take some beating itself.
Yeah, maybe in time trial, I think both Tico, Zach, and Dutch have definitely gone quicker than that. But obviously, that's no tired egg in time trial mode. So whether or not they can replicate that in the race, we shall see. Comes down to the parabolica. Around the final corner. Good slingshot down the straight. And where does he end up? 18.8. That is rapid.
Well, yeah, it's not a bad time, is it?
I wouldn't kick it out of bed if it was a girl.
Zach's currently on another run as well.
I think we've only got 1 car in the pits currently, so 17 drivers out on track. Busy in circuit. And with Pagani now as he heads into the second chicane. He's got just 2 bites there on entry, so that's going to cost him a little bit of time.
Oh, Matt Course has gone.
Retired.
Sector 2.
Someone Pagani coming around to the yellow flag as he lost it out the second Lesmo he has. Oh, that causes car right in the middle of the circuit.
Oh yeah, there you go.
So he's literally lost it out the second Lesmo into the wall on the inside. And that's going to compromise his race.
Yeah, didn't even manage to set a time, Matt Course, so obviously struggling. Stocky's on a fast run now with the soft tyre as he flies under the Fly Emirates boards.
Into the parabolica. What time can he deliver here? He went for a narrow run. Got himself up into P9 just behind his teammate. Stocky has bailed out on his lap time.
Must have been validated somewhere.
So just Bran now to settle lap time. Lennon has popped himself up into P7 there, went under the radar a little bit there, so cracking time from him as well. Anybody who follows him on Twitter, he's decided to go back to being the cocky Lennon from last season, so let's see if that changes his fortunes a little bit. He's had a bit of a poor run, started the season reasonably well. Let's see. Oh, Panda's retired now as well.
Wow, that is a shocking one, because Panda's got some pace.
It's scary.
Pagani's going up there, so I'm gonna go on board Pagani.
Green flag, so they've cleared it by the look of it now.
That's... Pagani should have been the
green flag's waving there, so... Damn it, Pagani! Meanwhile, Zach has got to within 0.02 of a second of Dutch's time. Tico's followed him down with an 18.9 there, so those three all under 119s now, and
Those
Liam's
guys are
improved to a
so close, it's
19.0 as well.
ridiculous.
It's
The
just
top four are within
scary.
2 tenths. I mean, you cannot get closer. Well, I mean, I
This
guess
is
you
this
could,
is what we
but
wanted, though. This is what we wanted when we were promoted. When Aaron and the rest of the guys decided to move the
it's
leagues around a
another.
little bit, bring some of the guys up.
It
We were
even
hoping this
slows
is what would
down
happen.
to let people through in very, very awkward spaces.
Well, they did park on the apex. We'll give him that at least. Much a bit like Bottas did on Saturday qualifying. Around the
Really
apex, just on the
hoping.
back straight, there was Kimi Raikkonen came flying around.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And then Lewis almost ran to the back of him.
I'm really hoping Liam can bounce back this week. I mean, he finished 5th last week, but to go from pole to that spin that he had, he really did deserve a podium.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice to see him up there. But the top 3 guys just look so quick.
Yeah, well, Liam is no slouch either. So, and like you say, top 4 all within 2/10 of a second of each other. So it's going to be a cracking race. Also got to see FTRL Danny up in 5th place. Hopefully he's
I mean, he's only 3/10 off
his internet
Liam.
connection allows him to race completely this time. He's been on Wreckfest with us all week, so not had any issues there. So fingers crossed it's hanging on for us for the duration of the race.
Have a quick look at the chat. Peakman with a hashtag Ravers fan club, as always. Nexus Cats, how many people are running black helmets? I'm not sure. I think a couple of guys are.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a couple there. Obviously, we'll address the elephant in the room. Of course, everybody at FTRL just wants to extend our condolences to Anton Hubert's family, friends, the Arden team. It was a terrible loss for the sport, and it's just a reminder of how dangerous this can be, even with all the new safety features that are brought in terms of the cars and the circuits. These guys are literally pushing to the very limits at speeds that few of us could ever imagine travelling at, and unfortunately it does go wrong sometimes. So we've decided as a league to let the drivers do their own thing in terms of remembering it. So you might see a few drivers tonight running either pink or black helmets, and that's obviously in honour of Anton. So
yeah, but we won't be doing any formation laps or minute silences or anything like that. Just the drivers themselves.
I think the best thing we could do is literally put on a great show, and I think that's what he would have wanted for that. Obviously, they did the race yesterday, and I think he would have wanted as a racer the show to go on in terms of the racing, and that's what we're going to do tonight.
Of course.
So 5 minutes left, or just under 5 minutes left of qualifying, and it is, as you were, Dutch Tricks ahead of the Ferraris and Liam. Stocky has popped himself up into 6th place now.
Scary. I guarantee he's hit that curb on the inside on the exit, and it sent him round. Toro Rosso nearly lost it there as well.
Willie Dix fully committed coming out of Scary as well.
Huge wobble.
Where is Bren? I'm sort of watching him, but his car's not on my screen now. There he is. There we go. Got a view of him now.
Vortex is coming around on the soft tyre. He only needs to improve by 6/10 to jump past Panda, which he does. He goes to 14th. Both Hasses now are 15th and 16th. Now that is a huge surprise. Aaron, we know, is quick. Definitely quicker than 15th place. And Panda crashing out is huge, because he's been really quick this season, and now to start down towards the back, we're going to see what Panda's made of.
So Bram's probably got time to get round, get some fresh tyres on, go out and get a run in. He's the only driver, apart from Matt Cause, not to set a time so far. And we've got Dutch on a hot lap, I believe. No, he seems to be going quite slowly. So, he actually has improved his time. But he's done his hot lap. Up to 18.6. And we thought 1:18.8 was quick.
A couple of The guys in the chat, Plexits is dropping in. Nice to see him. Hello, hello. Mr. Blue Flag, also in the chat. Nice to see him
Got
watching.
Liam on a hot lap. Yes, keep an eye on him now. He could threaten this monopoly at the top three. Good exit out of the second chicane.
Not shying away from those curbs, is he?
I think you need to be on the curbs to get the speed around here. I know Dutch was talking in the Discord before about having to attack the curbs there very wide on the exit, the second Lesmo. On his merry way under the bridge and under the old banking into the Ascari chicane. Plenty of curb on the inside. Very nice through there, a little bit wide on exit. It's a bit of runoff there to use, so shouldn't affect him too bad.
I'm trying to look on his wheel and see if he's up, but I can't tell. Oh,
We'll find out very shortly as he attacks the line. Oh, Dutch has crashed. Or was he retired? No, Dutch
yeah,
did
retired. He retire in pit? Yeah, I think he was in the pit. We'll just look back on the screen.
Liam doesn't improve, so stays on a 19-0. We've got second, third, and then 5th through 12th out on outlaps.
It's interesting that Dutch has decided to call it quits while the two guys behind him in the red Ferrari have decided to give it another go. I mean, Tico's got to close up 3 tenths. Zach's got to find a couple of tenths, but you think Dutch would go out there just in case?
Ravers has crashed.
Oh.
Coming out the second Lesmo. Hit the wall hard, he's damaged his nose, he's not broken his car, but his wing is destroyed.
It's coming around. I don't think William's on a flying lap.
No, Liam's slowing down, Raver's pulling off to the side, just let him through. That will probably put pay to Raver's attempts to improve on his current P13. But Tico's also retired.
He hit him as well, but luckily he's on an outlap, so he wouldn't have slowed him down too much. Tico saw him right down.
Is he going to make it to the line? He's going to be close. Lennon might struggle behind him.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He slowed Lennon down and now Lennon might not make it.
Just going to make it, I think. Oh, Lennon. That's cutting it fine.
So who's still on laps then? So Danny's on a lap. Stocky's on a lap.
Danny's on an outlap apparently, according to my screen.
Tim 12's about to come across the line. Currently on a 19.8. Goes to P8, 19.6. So improved a little bit. Gets him inside the top 10. Aaron has just completed his lap. I don't know if he improved or not. Well, he must have done because he's gone to 19.6.
But it's the Ferraris we need to watch here, and Zach is getting a little bit of a tow from the second Mercedes. Oh, he's backed out of his lap. Nope, he has backed out.
Oh, Kalandi needs to move.
Behind him, Tico is still on a hot lap though.
Oh, Danny's on a hot lap. Oh,
you've got Tico and Lennon coming through with Ascari. Oh, and Tico's lost it, and into the wall. And that's his session done.
Yeah,
Lennon got through okay though, so he's still attacking.
Yeah, Zach won't finish his lap either. He's pulled out of it. So Dutch, unless Lennon can pull it out of nowhere, I think Dutch has got pole position here.
He comes to the line.
Oh, that's a very interesting Renault. I think that Renault is a Renault.
Danny.
what
Danny is brilliant. Wreckfest to F1.
Yeah.
How on earth has he done that? Yeah, so there we go. And it is the 4-man on pole. And his 2 biggest rivals right up behind him. So Dutch Tricks takes pole position at Monza, followed by the Ferrari pair of Zach and Tico. Liam 4th, ahead of the second Mercedes of Bram, who popped himself up at the 5th, finally getting a lap in, although he's got a penalty of 5 positions. So it would look like he's going to be starting P10. Behind them is Stocky, Danny, Ox, Tim and Lennon round out the top 10. They're all starting on the soft tyres, and you've got Aaron F3, Coandy, Pagani, Ravers, Willy Tix, Panda and Matt Cause, who will get a free choice of tyres for the race. So, qualifying done. Let's get your podium predictions in, everybody in the chat. Let us know what you think, and let's come to you, Mr. Joe Burns. Podium prediction, please.
Oh god, that's an odd one because they are so close. I think Dutch will do it. I think he's high on confidence at the moment. Another pole position. I want to put Liam on the podium just purely because he deserved it so much last week. But I don't know which ones of the Ferraris would knock off. I think it'll stay as it is. It's way too close. Yeah, I think it'll stay how it started.
Interesting, right. I'm going to go for a Ferrari win on home soil, and I'm going to give it to Zach because I think Tico will pick up a penalty, which seems to be the running theme with Zach this year, that Tico will finish ahead of him on the road, and then Tico will pick up a penalty. So I'm going to go Zach for the win. I'm going to put Dutch second, and I'm going to put Liam third. So I'm going to give Liam his podium.
Oh, okay. Alright, want to take us through the formation lot?
Indeed, so off we go into the first chicane, and it is championship leader Dutch Tricks in the Mercedes on pole position. Behind him, though, the Ferrari pair, Zach and Tico. They'll be looking to take victory up in front of the Tifosi. Fourth is F3 graduate Liam. In his second race, took pole in his debut race, fourth this time, but right on the back of the big three guys here, he'll be looking for a strong result. Fifth position, his first start of the season in F1 is Stocky in the McLaren. Great job from him. And behind him is Danny. He'll be hoping for a good race there. He's threatened some good... Oh.
I'm not sure what he's doing on the formation lap though.
I don't know what he's doing on the formation lap. Hopefully he doesn't. Better to get out of the way now, I suppose. So Danny in sixth. Hopefully his internet will hold up and he won't do that in the race either. Ox in his second start in F1 is in P7 ahead of Tim 12. Nice to see him back. He's missed a few races, so good to see him back. Lennon starting P9, strong result from him. And Bran after that penalty starting in P10. Then 11th we've got Aaron running on the medium tyre, so he's going for the alternate strategy. Ahead of F3, also on the mediums, with Coandy in 13th. Again, medium tyre runner. Pagani in 14th. In the second, the Red Bull. More cars on the grass. I don't know what's going on here. Also on the medium tyre, along with Ravers behind him. Willie Tix, Panda, and it looks like Matt Cors is starting on the soft. No, he's on the medium as well.
Yeah,
so
medium.
We've got 10 cars on the softs and 10 cars on the mediums. Some nice symmetry there.
Love it.
Quickly before the race starts, in the chat, Plexit thinks Dutch, Tico, Hugo for the podium.
Okay.
Bob Taylor reckons
switch
Aaron
around.
on the podium tonight. Is that Mr. Aaron Taylor's father?
Oh, it might be, you know.
Well, good evening to you, Mr. Aaron Taylor's dad.
Or granddad.
Welcome
Could be.
to, welcome
I have no
to,
idea.
Welcome to the stream.
I think his
Donzo
granddad
reckons
works
Dutch, Chico, Zach. Peatman, Ravers, Donzo, Steve Bosch. And Cat reckoning 15 DNS before turn 1. No, Cat, you're not racing. That's not going to happen. Right,
Oh, yep.
here we go.
Confirmed by Aaron. Here we go.
4
Then.
lights,
Yep.
5 lights, and we're off. Good start from the front.
Oh, Zach has got.
Ferrari's got a good start there. Liam's got a belting start as well. 3 wide.
God.
Oh god. 3 wide behind now as well. And Liam from 4th
got
into
it.
the lead.
What a start!
Great start there.
Wow.
Tim 12's had an awful start. He's down to 13th. Oh, Brand's gone round, I think.
Oh yeah,
Oh, he's off the
definitely.
circuit.
And Tico's got a run on
good
Danny
return to
here.
the
Might have a
background.
look up the inside.
Ravers Ox has been in trouble as well. He's down to 16th.
Ooh. A little bit of contact between Danny and Tico, but Tico's got the move done. And
Lennon down to
Stocky's on
16th as
up
well.
now.
But several drivers having some poor starts there, side by side through Lesmos.
Here we come.
Wow, well held,
That's
boys, well held.
close.
Drag race now down to Ascari. Danny's got the inside.
Aaron's just behind this as well.
Bessie now,
Danny's
so
got
Stocky gives the position into the...
Yeah,
to
I
the
think
first chicane
Stocky's
for the
gonna
first
prefer the slipstream into turn 1, I think.
So we head down the back straight towards the Parabolica for the first time, and Liam leading from Dutch. Oh, we've got Lennon on the grass in the background. Coming out of the Ascari chicane. A bit of a
Bottom
wobble
3
there, but
struggling.
Liam...
River's making a move though, up the inside.
What a start from Liam. been taking tips from me.
So Pagani up 5 as he's just made a move on Tim 12. F3 up 5 as well.
Oh, Aaron on the inside though.
Oh wow. F3 had a massive lag spike.
Oh, Tim 12 going
ghosted.
deep into the first chicane.
That was
He's
a
trying to
bit
fight
odd.
back. Matt Cause up 5 positions into 13th from the back of the grid. As Coandy and Tim 12 go side by side around the Curva Grande. Tim 12 getting the overtake done. Oh, and that's... Oh, Danny's gone round.
Oh,
Coming out the second chicane.
if it's not his connection, he crashes.
Oh,
Williams
Brand's
actually
gone off as
holding
well.
a,
Oh, Brand's had another moment coming out the second chicane and end up in the gravel. Not going to plan for him.
Stocky's by himself a little bit here. F3, meanwhile, is it Pagani? I think Pagani and Tim 12 are going side by side. Look towards Ascari. I think Pagani pulled out
position.
of it. Pagani's going to have a run anymore.
We've got a 4-car breakaway at the front.
Yeah, with Liam holding his ground. I mean, what a start. And not only has he got a good start, but he's now holding on to it. Dutch has just set the new fastest lap though. Pagani doesn't look like he's got a lot of speed down the straight, which might hurt him quite a bit. Meanwhile, the Toro Rosso teammates are going side by side. And I think Matt Cause is going to get that move done. Robotics is going to hold inside. And there you go. Job done from Matt Cause.
And here comes Ox fighting back after a poor first lap. Trying to get in the back of this. And then Coandy and Panda battling. Lennon also trying to recover after his off on the first lap. Oh, we've got yellow.
Oh, it's
Liam's
Liam
gone.
again! Oh, what's happened? No way.
He's gone into the gravel, perhaps. He's at the back of the 4, so he's not spun.
Yeah, he's lost a couple of seconds.
Probably run off the circuit. Yeah, he's maybe gone into the gravel on the outside. Look, we've seen a few guys do already.
Yeah, luckily these guys have got a bit of a gap towards Stocky, although that has closed him up quite a bit, and then there's a 3-second gap back towards Aaron, who is currently running in 6th place. He will take that after the season he's had so far.
Did you just call him Alan?
Aaron.
Go on,
Alan!
Alan!
Tim 12's going to have a look around the outside of F3. That would be very ambitious. A bit a Red Bull sandwich at the moment is Tim 12.
Now, Tico is not in DRS range. Zach is in DRS range and closed right up on Dutch. Liam honing in on Tico because he did not have DRS down start finish straight. So now we've got 2 battles of 2. Dutch and Zach. Zach looking racy here. They come around the Curva Grande. Is he going to have a look at the inside? Oh, we've got a yellow flag.
Oh, Wiltix is falling down the order.
The first chicane.
Stays as it is.
Going off here. So now we've got 2 for the lead. 2 playing catch up.
F3 is right on the gearbox of Aaron. Wow, F3 is having some really bad lag issues.
A little bit, and Tim 12 right on the back of these 2 as well. And Pagani, having said he was struggling. Oh, Coandy, big moment behind. And he said he was going to be struggling for points today. Pagani having a solid race so far.
I'm quite surprised Panda's not moved forward. He mustn't like it around here. Coandy's had a bit of a mistake through Ascari though, and Panda's going to be right on the back of him. Oh, Zach.
More for the lead.
Very close.
Is he going to send it? He's going to the inside.
Moved
Zach
on
takes a lane behind him.
turn 1.
Liam as well.
Yeah, Liam's got past the other Ferrari.
So 1 Ferrari goes forward as 1 Ferrari goes backwards. And that podium is complete. Stay. Stay. Oh, F3's got Aaron into the first chicane. Panda making a move on Coandy as well.
Oxy right on the back of Matt Cause. A lot of packs going on up and down the grid here. It's hard to keep track of it all.
This is what we expected it as. Pagani up the inside of Tim 12. Tim must have had a moment coming out of chicane, and Pagani gets it done.
Yeah,
Up into 8th position. And that's brought Matt Cors and Oxy right onto the back of those two, so Aaron and F3 just breaking away slightly.
Pagani is struggling massively in a straight line. I think Pagani's trying to just keep it in the corners, keep it on the track, and just try and move forward, but he's gonna be a sitting duck.
There. Yeah, well, we saw an
Look at the speed
Jenson
Tim 12 has.
Was it 2010 when Jenson Button just Pagani
Matt Cors is just licking his lips at this.
Ox running wide behind. Down the straight. I think this time he's going to be.
Williams got past Dutch.
No,
Dutch has held on.
Back.
William is
and
pushing
Dutch
hard.
At a moment because Zach has
pulled
Zach's
over 2 seconds now. Coandy's got past Panda.
Panda going back at him though. Oh, who's that?
That Danny?
Danny, has he run on at the chicane now? I think he was behind them, wasn't he? That's so much going on. I don't know where to look.
Yeah.
Where to look.
I'm trying to keep up. Tim 12 and Matt Cors are battling again through the chicane.
Also, Stocky is now on the back of Tico, so there is now 4 battling for second place. Zach has checked out in the lead.
William right on the back of Dutch again.
Oh, he picks up a penalty there.
Pushing hard though. Meanwhile, Zach, with all this battling behind him, is pulling a pretty healthy gap. Oxy right on the back of Matt Cors and has got a fantastic run out of Ascari.
Oh, we got a yellow flag. Oh, Willie gone. Yeah, Ascari.
Virtual safety car.
Oh.
And Dutch has got a 5-second penalty for speeding
Liam
in the pit.
All pit. So we've got a battle in pit lane. Who's going to be first out?
With how close these top 4 guys are, that 5-second penalty could massively hurt Dutch. Panda's got one as well.
But yeah, that's going to affect Dutch's race. A
lot of guys are in the pit.
They're taking a free pit stop.
Renault are double stacking, so Danny's lost a lot of time. And that kind of held the Red Bull in there as well because they couldn't release him.
No, F3 dropped right down. He's behind Bran. F3 was running in 6th place, was he, before that?
Zach has to pit now. Virtual safety car's ended. He's going to have to push the rest of this lap. Get himself in.
So it's about time to now see what kind of strategies people are running. Obviously, I think that maybe these guys have pitted a little bit earlier than maybe they would have if it wasn't for the virtual safety car. But they'd be silly to not take advantage of it, so all that has left Zach with a 4-second lead over Stocky, and Aaron now up into P3 with Pagani behind him in P4.
Zach stays out. He's going to try and build a little bit of a gap. I'm assuming he's thinking about the traffic the other guys are going to have, whereas he's just got clear air. He's on the softest tyre.
Which has got 4 seconds to Coandy ahead of him, but he's got Liam and Tico right up behind him already. So these 3 commencing battle again.
Yeah,
Liam getting a good slingshot.
Coandy moves to the outside for turn 1.
Liam to the inside of Dutch. Gets it done. Slots back into the braking of Tico. So late on the brakes, I think he's gone deep.
Yeah, Coandy's got to move done on him as well. It's P6. William is flying. Again, another mistake. Could have cost him the win here, which is such a shame. But just needs to keep it on track. The podium is very much up for grabs here for William.
Indeed, so he's got 3.5 seconds to close on Lennon for P7.
Ooh, another little bit of a moment.
Now these two just dropped Tico a little bit. He's still within DRS range, but he's not right on the back like Dutch is on Liam. 7/10, so he's still got DRS, that'll help him. Now will Dutch have a go into Ascari? I think Liam's gone defensive already. And obviously they're probably not going to know that each other's got a penalty here, so they're going to want to be pushing.
Dutch is currently saving all the RS he can. to get a massive run into turn 1. Zach stays out front of the lap. He's pulling an advantage on Stocky slightly. Not a lot, it's only a tenth a lap.
Lennon getting co-Andy down the straight.
Here we go. Dutch moves to the inside.
So currently Dutch is 21 seconds behind Zach. Now what is a pit stop here? I wonder, didn't really make much note of how long it took. Obviously with the virtual safety car it's hard to tell. So,
Pagani's got a penalty.
Oxy setting the fastest lap of the race that time round.
Oh, Coandi might have a look up the inside. Oh, Lennon probably struggling on those soft tyres.
Takes the karting line. And behind them, Dutch trick starting to close in. At a rapid rate of
fallen
knots.
off the back of Dutch a little bit. I don't know, he's made a very slight mistake. Ravers is on the back of F3 as well.
No, F3 has lost out horribly in that pit sequence, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He got really bolted
So
in the
did
pit
Danny
lane, I think.
as well. Danny lost so much time, double stacking.
Yeah.
Nearly 6 seconds now, the gap between the top two, so Zach is going quite nicely. Again, Pagani is right there on Aaron, but he just doesn't like he's got the speed, unless he's... Oh, he was lifting off actually. So I don't know whether he just wants to stick behind Aaron a little bit longer and see his ERS. Just use the slipstream to try and get away from Matt Cause. Meanwhile, Liam was trying to make the move, but got stuck behind Lennon, I think.
Dutch now getting the move done around the Curva Grande.
Yeah, Liam needs to get past Lennon quick.
Lennon's going to fight back. Thinks better of it.
Oh, Lennon is struggling.
Corner. Yeah, those tyres are probably past the best. Interestingly, Oxy is stopped for soft tyres, and there's so 3 laps old, and there's still 17 laps to go. Does he think he can get to the end on those soft tyres?
Yeah, that's a bit of an odd one. Liam gets the move done though on Lennon, so he needs to close up to Dutch now because he's lost quite a bit of time. Meanwhile, the race up to the pits. So Zach's in, the crew is out, medium tyre will go onto the Ferrari, stock is in as well.
Meanwhile, Dutch coming into the Parabolica now. Where are they going to meet on track? Zach is rolling down pit lane, but I think Dutch is going to get him. It's going to be close. I think Dutch is going to get him.
Yeah, got him. So Liam and Dutch fly through.
Ferrari side by side. No, that's not worked out at all for Zach.
Stopping under the virtual safety car has really helped the other guys, and now Zach is going to be stuck behind the McLaren of Coandi unless he can get the move done here. Moves to the inside before the first chicane, under the Pirelli board, brake at the 100 metre board, and job done.
Now he's going to have 4 lap pressure tyres. Can he make that count? Meanwhile, up front, Aaron Pagani slugging it out for the race lead. Pagani thinking about it into Ascari. I think he's going to think better of it.
Pagani keeps lifting off, so I think he's quite happy
Aaron's
to just sit behind
Aaron's at a slide. And Pagani's going to get a good run here.
I don't think Pagani's going to have much of a choice.
But I don't think, I think Aaron just pulling away. So I think you're right. He's gone for more wing to help him in the corners at the expense of some straight line speed, which is a strategy Jensen Button employed in 2010. Took pole position, led the early part of the race, and then eventually the Ferraris just caught and passed him. A good run there with DRS. Is he going to go for it this time?
Oh,
he does. Sends it in.
Oh, bit of contact between the admins.
And holds him off.
Dutch and Liam are coming up to the back of Matt Cause now as well, who hasn't pit obviously yet. And Zach is on the back of his teammate as well. Will Tico let him through? I mean, a point splits the two of them in the championship fight. But at the moment, Dutch is their target, so hopefully they don't fight too much between them. Ooh. Here we go. Yep, I think Tico isn't putting up much of a fight there. ERS was turned down, Zach goes through, and now he can start chasing Liam and Dutch. And Tico picks up a penalty.
There we go. Told you.
Oh, there's a huge moment. Something's gone on here. Aaron. I think Aaron's had a moment coming out of Ascari.
Oh, he has. He's gone from the race lead into 7th place.
Oh, and now he's locking wheels with Tico.
Yellow flag. Oh, but we've got Tim 12 has spun coming out of the second Lesmo. He's got no front wing.
Oh.
And his tyres are cooked and he's fortunately doing donuts at the moment.
Not the best day for Renault so far. I wouldn't like to be Pagani right now. Four of the quickest guys, or four quickest guys, should I say, currently behind him. And Matt Course.
Isn't scared off the road. Matt Course still hanging on in there as well. Oh. Got Lennon doing Bran into turn 1. I think Tim 12 is struggling. I think he's got a puncher, in fact.
Dutch is going to go past Pagani. Pagani not putting up much of a fight. And Liam's making a move on Matt Course as well.
Tim 12 holding back
to
the pits.
Liam's had a bit of a moment, sliding through Ascari.
Bran and Lennon have gone side by side into the second chicane, and Bran's had to run through. Bran having a scrappy race so far in the second Mercedes, and Tim 12 has been tired.
Yeah, Tim 12's called it a day.
In the background, Matt Course getting mugged by the Ferraris. We're about to.
He's just lining up behind Matt Course now. So, Matt Course has got some straight line speed there. Zach needs to be careful because if he gets damage,
it's race over.
Now he's got his teammate right on his gearbox, and the Ferraris are losing quite a bit of time here.
Indeed, but remember Dutch has got that 5-second penalty so far, the only one of the top 4 after the pit stop shakeout. Without penalty is going to be Zach. So Dutch needs to build a lead.
Quickly.
Indeed. Honestly, having Pagani and Matt Course in between himself. Here goes Zach again. To the outside of Matt Course this time.
Matt Course isn't giving it all. And there we go, Zach's got through.
Oh, Zach just does him around the outside as Pagani picks up a penalty.
Williams falling off the back of Dutch now, flag. 2 seconds.
Danny's facing the wrong way out of the second chicane.
Oh, it's just not going very
been
well,
his day.
is it? Aaron and Coandi are going at it through the last corner, don't know what it's called.
Parabolica.
That one.
And holds the lead.
I don't think there's much Aaron can do yet.
He's not got his DRS open. Neither of them got DRS. Well, neither of them are using it.
Strange one. Unless
what's going on there?
One of them has
Aaron hangs on around the outside though.
Ox's pit again, coming off the soft tyre. I'm assuming he'll go on the mediums now till the end.
Yes, that's an interesting strategy. And that promotes Lennon back into the points. And Bran continuing their scrap. Bran not quite close enough this time into the first chicane. Yellow flags at nothing. Oh, F3's gone.
Oh, that's unlucky.
And Danny is coming round with no front wing. So it would appear he's had another off.
I think Williams had a moment as well, because he's now behind Zach.
Oh, and Danny retires.
Oh,
not in the
there's the Red Bull.
Fortunately, Danny has just driven into the pit wall there rather than going to the pits in a tyre, so not ideal. We'll see his race over.
I think Pagani's going to pit. Yep, stays on the right. Pagani comes in, finally off those mediums.
And when did Zach pass Liam? I missed that.
I'm not sure what's happened to Liam though. Seems to get
Yeah,
himself
he's back
into a good
behind Zach
position,
again.
Liam, and then makes a slight mistake.
Well,
Maybe
he's still
being
net
in F1's
third.
getting to him.
He's third on the track. He's we can get within a couple of seconds of Dutch as well. Obviously Dutch having a 5-second penalty. Liam currently has 3. So second place is not out of the question.
Top 4 guys are so close yet again. Matt Cole's fallen off the back now, obviously still not pit. Neither is Colandy, neither is Aaron. 15 laps have been on these tyres now.
He's got Stocky now behind him as he closes up on his fresh mediums. Oh, Tico's had an off. Matt Cole's got back past him. I think he's spun the second left. Maybe now he's in the gravel as well.
Oh, what's going on with Tico? He's not got any damage.
And Stocky is going to be racing him for position, and Stocky gets ahead.
And he's going up the inside of Aaron as well, into P6.
Lets him have it. Tico just drops him behind. Oh, Aaron had a big wobble into the gravel on the exit of Ascari.
Oh, not having the best of times, Aaron. Keep
Those
going.
tyres probably at their limits, so are we going to see these guys are running long, pitting? This lap Matt Cause is coming in.
When it makes a move on Brant.
Stays out.
For the last
Tico's
point.
pitting again.
He must have damage, but I can't see any. Unless those tyres now are just shredded.
I'm going to watch him into the pits to see what he does.
Well,
no nose cones, so just fresh tyres.
This top 3 battle just got a lot more interesting now, because Zach and Liam are technically now fighting for the win, if they can stay within Dutch's sort of time
Zach
penalty.
Just needs to stay where he is. Liam obviously has to get within 2 seconds, but he's just dropping off the back a little bit. He's out of DRS range now, which might hurt him.
Yeah, I think he's struggling on these mediums. Meanwhile, Zach obviously on the fresher tyre.
Stocky has cleared his teammate and now running P4. Pagani after his pit stop is now P6. So having been complaining he wasn't going to score any points today, he's currently on for a solid haul.
Yeah, not doing too bad. Tico's on the back of Panda for what is the last point, which sounds weird considering it's Tico. Up towards the sky they go. I'm sure he'll get the move done. Closing quickly. And there we go. Up into 10th. And now the hunt down for Matt
so he's probably why he's not bashing up Tico, taking a lot of curb through Ascari.
Matt Cole's about to make a move on Brant. He's got Lennon just ahead of him as well.
Cole's around the outside.
Oh, Matt Cole's.
Whoa. Brant straight into the slipstream. Matt Cole's getting one from Lennon as well though.
Oh, Brant is going to get a massive run. Just had nowhere to go.
There's nowhere to go.
Oh, Matt Cole's. Oh, they've all touched a little bit, and they also got right down to make sure nobody went around.
Brant pulled hard left there coming out. I think he got a bit of a wobble on.
Tico's
to the inside.
I don't think Brant will fight this. There's not really any point. William falling off the back.
And out of sight, we have a change for the lead.
Yeah, there's too much going on everywhere.
To the front. Well, this is what we wanted. This is what we wanted.
Oh, Dutch pits.
Oh.
Can you not get to the end on these mediums?
Liam pitted as well.
You mustn't be able to. So softs to the end now then?
So what does Zach do?
Oh, Dutch has got that penalty though, hasn't he? And now he's not going to have to serve it at the end.
It's true. Liam will have to serve his penalty regardless because he's got it for corner cutting. That's Coandy finally pits.
So Liam needs to get out now and pull a bit of a gap on Dutch. Whereas Zach won't have to pit again for another 4 or 5 laps.
Does he need to respond quickly though?
Yeah, I was going to say that because if
the next question. He stopped later than the others. Does he need to stop again?
I think the furthest somebody went was 14. I think, which would be another 6 laps. Yeah, I mean, it would be close. You're going to risk a puncher there, though, I think.
No, 8 laps. It's 8 laps, isn't it, to the end?
Hmm. Need another 6, though, to get sort of 14, which I think is the furthest somebody's done, which was Pagani, I think,
Yeah.
on the mediums.
And there's 8 laps left of the race.
I don't think he'll pit. I mean, if he is going to pit, he needs to pit in the next couple of laps so he can maximise those softs. He's going to lose too much time otherwise.
His gap is 25 seconds over Liam. So he was 21 for his first stop and he came out behind everybody. He's probably got enough in hand now, but he can, in theory, he can take it easy now. He doesn't need to push. He's got 9 seconds back to Stocky. He can try and nurse these tyres.
Well, if Zach has to stop again, Stocky will have to stop again. Meaning Pagani will take the lead of the race.
But he's on softs and he's got 7 laps to go.
I
Do
think
11 laps on soft
Pagani will
tyres.
have to stop again.
Tico's taking the fastest lap, but he's not hanging around. He dispatches Lennon for 7th.
I'm not entirely sure what the strategy here is. It's very confusing.
No. I think everybody would have expected a one-stopper, but clearly the tyre wear here is a little bit higher than we'd expected. Interestingly, Bran, Aaron and Panda are all running on the hards, and Raver's Revenge as well. Oh, Lennon into the gravel at the second chicane. Kicks it up into the face of Coandy.
Oh, the two Hasses are the closest battle on track actually, both on the hard tyre, both outside the points. It's not like these guys to be fighting down here. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. I don't want to say they've got slower because they definitely hasn't. I think just the league in general has got so much quicker. It's just kind of pushed everybody down.
Indeed. So, just a quick look in the chat. Danny's off on Wreckfest. Unfortunately, he's exited a little bit early to go play that. Plexit's Dutch looking to run away with it. Well, not at the moment. He's obviously taken his penalty, but he's got
Quite the lane, they're going side by side. Down the straight. DRS open for Coandy. So he should have the straight line speed now to get it done. On the softer tyre as well.
Who was that? Oh, Ox is carrying a lot of wind damage. So Oxy's had a moment coming out of the Scary. Parabolic, expect to see him dive into the pits for a fresh nose. Yeah, and he comes. Picks up a 5-second penalty for his troubles as well.
Teacock's to 6th. Meanwhile, Liam's got past Pagani. How far is he ahead of Dutch? What is that? 3.4? 3.6? 3.5?
3.4 seconds, yeah. So just ahead enough at the moment.
Yeah.
Dutch has got to catch Pagani yet.
Liam needs to just hope Pagani doesn't fight him too much or try and overtake him. He's got a bit of an opportunity now to just try and pull away.
James plays HD in the chat. Is it not a one-stop then, or do you reckon they were covering off Tico?
I mean, I think you could probably do a one-stop if you do the mediums to hards, which I think a few guys have done. But I think the guys at the front have gone just really aggressive. They've just gone for outright pace, I think. Gone for the two-stop.
Yeah.
2 sets of softs.
Yeah, so we have seen a number of races recently where you've been able to do the soft medium one-stop strategy, but it's not going to be working here. Matt Cause on the attack of Tico into turn 1. Tico holds him off. Now I look to try and get his hammer down and see if he can do anything about the cars ahead of him, but they're on fresher softs now, so looking unlikely that Tico will make up much time.
Zach's tyres aren't looking too bad. I know you can't really tell how worn they are, but it doesn't look
11
like
laps, so we've lost Ox, and Ox has gone on his lap out.
Well, somebody said 5 DNFs
13.
before, so at least that's gone right for him.
True. So Zach continuing to hold about a gap of 10 seconds over Stocky, and the McLaren in second, who's got 11 to Liam. Will that be enough? Will that be all virtual safety car?
Oh, surely Zach has to take advantage of this now. Where is he?
He's gone past the pits already. He's already past. He's already past.
That's so unlucky.
Well, this
That
will
would
help
have
because
been.
now he doesn't have to run at full pace. He
That's
can now
true.
take it easy on his
Yeah,
tyres.
very true. That would have helped him
I
so
think from
much,
here,
though.
he's got to nurse it to the end. Like, there's no point pitting here. He's still got 24 seconds. If he came out, he would be right with Liam and Pagani.
Yeah, I think he will definitely go to the end.
But I
Let's just
think
hope he
this
doesn't get
late,
a punch, you know.
yes. I'll say he's. So the dynamics change again. Lennon and Bran have taken the opportunity to pit. I imagine they're going on to the softs for a sprint to the end. Lennon serving his penalty. Bran out on the softs. Lennon softs go on. So they're going to have a late push to see if they can close on the two has.
There we go. Racing back underway.
Back racing again.
Dutch is right on the back of Pagani. So he's within that 3 seconds of Liam. He's on fresher. Well, no, he's not. He's on fresh tyres than Pagani, but he's on the same as Liam.
Down the inside into the parabolica, and Dutch gets it done. Pagani dives in for the slipstream.
So,
getting a good run. Can he use his superior wing grip into turn one? No, he can't.
1.5 seconds to Liam. And Liam has a 3-second penalty. So, at the moment, Dutch doesn't really have to push. He just needs to be careful that he doesn't pick a penalty up of his own, and then he won't need to overtake him.
So he's just behind them. Tico not really getting rid of Matt Coles. Matt Coles staying on the back. Oh, Tico a bit wide out the second chicane. Picks up some gravel. Just keep Matt Coles interested. And Co-Andy not far behind them either on 2 lap fresher tyres. Again, he joined this fight before the end of the race. And the 2 has running in formation 9th and 10th, so they're back into the points now.
Yeah, these guys aren't going to fight.
Pitted. And I think Bran and Lennon are too far back now for points, despite being on the softer tyres, but we shall see. Panda's tyres are 17 laps old. Still 2 more laps to go.
Yeah, I think those hards should be able to go to the end, no problem.
So Liam and Dutch now starting to take quite a lot of time out of Zach, so he is definitely rolled back a little bit. He's nursing his tyres. He's still got plenty in hand. And shout out to Stocky. He has driven an absolute brilliant race as well, currently holding P2.
Yeah, he's gone under the radar a little bit, hasn't he?
I say he's on the back, he's sort of in the back around behind the squabble at the start, and then once obviously we missed what happened when Dutch dropped back and Zach pulled out a lead, but then he sort of got onto the tail of the group, and then obviously he's mirrored Zach's strategy and it's worked out perfectly for him. Of course, we did see him suffer a puncture in Spain, so hopefully his tyre preservation is a little bit better this time. 2 laps to go. Comes Liam and Dutch into Ascari. And Dutch now within a second, so he's got Liam pegged in terms of that penalty. Pagani in a solid 5th place now. He's just off the back a little bit, but he's got a 6-second gap back to TK, who's still squabbling with Matt Cause.
Oh. Team Morders down at Haas. Panda goes past Aaron.
So Matt Cause lining up for another attack at TK down the start-finish straight.
He's a lot closer this time as well.
DRS is open. TK goes defensive. Matt Cole's going to run deep, try around the outside. No, falls back in line for now.
Oh, Dutch and Liam. Oh, very, very close. A little bit of a snap on the exit of the chicane for Liam. keep going on board with Zach just to make sure he hasn't got a puncher.
Push to the inside. Thinks better of it. And winds up for a run out of the parabolic and then start finish straight. Closing. That cause got temporarily past Tico on the run up to Ascari, but Tico's done him on the brakes. And Coandy is now just 1.4 seconds off the back of them.
Dutch is about to make a move into turn 1 on Liam. Sells him the dummy. Up the inside he goes. And that's the podium locked for Dutch.
So, final lap.
Oh,
Zach, a huge move to the Lesmo.
we both went on board right at that moment.
Oh, don't do that to us, Zach. Do not do that to us, please.
No, Liam is still on the back of Dutch, but I don't see any point in Liam fighting. It's an improvement over last week for Liam, but it's another sort of what could have been week. He was so close to a podium, and then he was leading. I mean, what a start it was, but
indeed. No, he's definitely shown that this is the division for him. But it is a win on home soil for Zach.
Fantastic
great drive from the reigning champ. Stocky taking second place for McLaren.
Yeah, that's a hell of a drive for Stocky. I mean, we haven't seen much of him, but he's my driver of the day. To go from, well, where did he start? 5th, I think? To put it 2nd with the drivers that he's got around him. Oh.
Dutch completes the podium. Pagani weaving over the line for 5th. That was a great drive from him. He was really worried he wasn't even going to score any points today.
Matt Kors and Tico over the line. Matt Kors gets Tico. Wow, Tico 8th. Whoa, what a huge dent that is for Tico in terms of the title race. That
makes it pretty much. Is Aaron going to jump Panda on penalties? He does.
Yeah, he has. So it's 9th and 10th for Aaron and Panda. Not the best result for the Hasses. Lennon smacks it into the wall for no reason whatsoever.
Well, a race that what could have been for Lennon. Ravers with a quiet race and 13th.
Yep, huge respect to Ravers. Keep going. Comes my win there, 13th.
Yeah, it would appear that Tico got wing damage from Liam.
Interesting.
So there's your podium, and Zach is back on top. With Stocky in his first race in F1 P2, and Dutch Tricks. His run of 3 consecutive victories ended, but still stands on the podium in P3. So, do I have them all on Zach and Dutch?
Have the invites been sent?
One has. Zach, I don't think I've got Stocky. Could you suggest him, please?
I can do. Stocky. There you go. good to go. Right.
Am I going or are you going?
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you want to switch it up, by all means, take it away.
Okay, that's fine. So, congratulations, gentlemen, and well done on the podium finishes today. Coming to you, Zach. Ferrari winning at Monza. It's the dream. So, congratulations. Took us through your race.
Yeah, thanks. So, the quali, well, I did my best. I did a 0.8, I think. But Dutch, his lap was absolutely insane. A 0.6. I think it's 4/10 of the world record. So that's absolutely insane. I couldn't beat that. So P2 was the best thing for me. Then the start, Liam got an insane start. So he was P1. I was behind Dutch. Liam made the mistake, so I was still behind Dutch in second place, and then I overtook him. I pushed a bit to break the DRS. I did it because I think Dutch made a little mistake in the third sector, I think. And I was maybe 3 seconds in the lead, so I was quite good. But then the virtual safety car came. They decided all to pit, and I couldn't pit, so I had to stay out and to push. When I pitted, I was behind them, so I was quite angry, but I still pushed a bit, and they had to pit again because I think the mediums can't do it to the end of the race, and so they had to pit again. So it was a Sunday drive for me at the end.
Yeah, we saw that. So, I mean, how critical were you on tyre wear at the end there? Because obviously you pitted 4 laps after them with the virtual safety car. Obviously they pitted again quite early on. Were you having to manage it? I mean, obviously you had quite a big gap there at the end, so you could probably take it a little bit easier. But how critical were you on tyres?
Oh, it was quite okay. Maybe 65% maybe on my rear left. So maybe they could have done it on the mediums, but it will be hard. So I think they made the right choice to pick again.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, no. So obviously the victory here and Dutch down in third. That claws back some valuable points in the title hunt. Obviously Tico had a poor result today. So do you now think it's maybe just a 2-horse race between yourself and Dutch for the title?
Maybe. Where Tico did finished?
He finished 8th. He got a penalty at the end, so he dropped from 6th to 8th.
And he got damage, I think.
I think so. Yeah, I think I saw it in the Discord. He said he picked up a bit of wing damage in with a clash with Liam.
So yeah, it's pretty much between me and Dutch now, because it's only 4 races remaining, I think. So not many races remaining. So yeah.
Indeed,
I try to pick up as many points as I can to beat this fucking Dutch. He's so fast. He's too fast for this league. Honestly, 18.6 in quali, what is that? 18.6?
Oh, I did a 18.4 just a few minutes before the race.
Excuse me?
I sent you a picture on Discord.
No, it's impossible. 18.4? Oh.
Some rapid pace from everybody involved. Now, am I right in thinking, Joe, it's Monaco next?
Wow,
yes.
Great!
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Indeed. So, how do you feel about Monaco then?
If I don't crash into T1 or in lap 1, and if I get a good quali, maybe it can be good, but it will depends on my quali.
Indeed.
So, yeah, we will see. It's going to be interesting.
Indeed, well, it will indeed. Well, congratulations on the win today, and look forward to seeing you in action again next week.
Thanks, and congrats to the podium too.
Right, Stocky. I'm not entirely sure what to ask you here, mate, because you kind of just went under the radar and you've ended up P2. So yeah, I guess I'll just ask you. I guess I'll just ask you how it went.
I mean, it was pretty lonely, to be honest with you. I mean,
It was actually all right. I saw the battle in front of me at the start, and I thought I'm actually all right getting involved in that. I wasn't really feeling it, so I thought just sit back, relax. And then they all kind of pitted in front of me on the VSC, which I thought was a little bit, I don't know, but I didn't think it was the right way to go. So I was thinking more about lap 27 than lap 17. So yeah, it was an all right race, just a bit dull in the end. It was just kind of a Sunday drive from lap 18 onwards when they all pitted, and I thought they'd catch me, but I didn't think they'd be able to get past. So it was just kind of chilling.
Yeah, everybody was kind of battling around you and making mistakes, and like I say, you kind of just went under the radar and you've ended up on the podium, which I guess is the right way to do it, I suppose.
Yeah.
You got promoted, I say promoted, transferred, however you want to say it, last week. Obviously you missed last week's race though.
Yeah.
So first race, you've kind of, you've had a look around, you know how quick these guys are now. How do you feel moving forward? Do you think you're gonna? I mean, obviously you've got the pace.
Yeah.
What are you sort of targeting?
I think winning or second place is a little bit out of reach, on this game, which is fair enough. I'm happy to admit that, but I think the second row is definitely somewhere I can aim for in qualifying and the race. I mean, qualifying, if I'd had like 20 milliseconds more, I could have been in third and not sixth. So it just shows how close it is, and tight margins can make a massive difference in terms of where you start. But at the end, it's not really about where you start; it's about where you finish. So as long as I keep moving forwards in races, then I'm happy.
Without a doubt. I mean, you've kind of hit the nail on the head there. It's such a quick division, the top one, which is why I personally love commentating on it. You obviously got Charles to come back next week as well, which is just going to be another driver to. I mean, I would assume he's going to be fighting towards the front because he's got some extreme pace with you guys as well. I'll put the question over to you as well then. Monaco, it's the first time we would have. I mean, obviously it's the first time we've done all of these tracks on this game, but Monaco is always a pretty special one. How are you feeling towards it all?
I think whoever wins Monaco will be the person who keeps it out of the walls. To be honest with you, I'm going to try and just crawl around the hairpin and then just see if I can go more than 50 everywhere else. So yeah, we'll give it a go.
Yeah, track position definitely going to be important for that one. Yeah, either way, huge congratulations, mate. Very quiet race, but I'm sure you won't mind picking up a P2
I don't
from
mind.
that.
Yeah, congratulations
awesome
to Zach and to Dutch as well, and thanks to you guys for putting on the race. It was really nice.
Yeah, not a problem.
GG on the podium, mate.
Thanks, guys. See you all next week. I'm going to shoot.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for joining us.
And last but not least, then we've got Dutch Tricks. So blistering pace in qualifying with that 18.6. Race, was you involved in some good battles? Do you want to just talk us through it from your point of view?
Yes, qualifying went pretty well. I wasn't actually that happy with my lap because I think I could have improved on more.
Come on!
Yeah.
We're happy with an 18.6.
Yeah,
Come
I wasn't
on,
sure
man.
if it would have been enough. So, but yeah, I saw Shaq,
Really?
Tico, and Liam boarding their laps, so was happy with the pole after that. Race start, Liam had a very quick start, so he went onto P1 by turn 1, so I was quite surprised with that. But after that, Liam made a mistake. I could control most of the race, and until Shaq overtook me. My rear tire locks at Ascari, so lost around 2 or 3 seconds, and I had to correct the car and don't spin out because I was very close to spinning out. And after that, yeah, the virtual safety car pitted, put it on the mediums where it should have been the hards, I think. That would have been the better strategy to go. Yeah, after that, knew that I needed to make another stop, so wasn't really battling Shaq anymore because I knew he was just gonna finish in front, and I pitted again, so yeah, wasn't really the point battling him and just trying to bring home a podium, knowing that Liam had a penalty, so I was just closing him in, and and the final few laps he lost more pace, so could have ended better, but yeah, still happy with the podium. Think some little damage limitation. And yeah, on to next week.
Indeed, indeed. So, I mean, I'm guessing you must have known quite early on in your second set of tyres that you were going to have to do a second pit stop.
Yeah,
I mean,
was
do you regret now
when I
pitting under
left
the
the
virtual
pit.
safety car, or?
Yeah, I thought pitting was the best, but then I realized it was only lap 7 and the virtual safety car isn't that out for that long, so when I left the pit already the safety car was gone. And yeah, after that tried to save some tires, but after lap 18 I saw it already 50%, so thought yeah, now I have to stop and bring home the podium and have some damage limitation to check. And I knew Tico had some front wing damage and penalties, and he was battling hard with some other guys, so yeah.
Well, still third place is nothing to be sniffed at. So on to Monaco next. How do you feel about your chances around Monaco?
Think chances will be good. Think it's all about consistency and having the right focus around there. Yeah, not to make a mistake, I think. That's all.
No, well, look forward to seeing battle commence next week.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, fantastic job.
Well.
Lee, would you like to end for us?
Right, so that is the Monaco Grand Prix. Not the Monza Grand Prix into the books. And another fantastic race there. F1 finally get a big field and.
Bye bye.